It's a forest, it's the marine forest. It's the one that actually takes care of the ocean and us and the fishes and the invertebrates. So it's quite important. So when we come and harvest, we look at it as a very precious thing, and we're trying to be cautious, not driving across the forest. When we grab the giant kelp, it's important to see what kind of species are there. If they're kelp crab, well, we don't want the kelp crab on board. We put them back. So we have to be very present. It's not only come, take, and go. It's none of that. You're here, you take your time, you set up your space, and then you harvest with a lot of love and devotion, and be grateful that that forest is gonna give you something to put in the plate, a beautiful meal. I'm from Mexico and in Michoacan coast. I didn't know that I will end up on the north doing the same thing and caring a lot about it and be connected. Certain things in your life that kind of align and then gives you ideas, and then you love it, and all of a sudden you end up 15 years of just devoting yourself to harvesting, understanding, and creating things to make a difference. You're pruning the forest. So that's what you're doing. You're just pruning the upper layers. That's it. And you're actually stimulating the growth. That's important. You don't rip it off.
Monitoring 4 beds in Skidegate Inlet here. We scuba dive it, and then we're taking like kelp counts just for like baseline data. And then when we scuba, we look at the benthic zone, which is like the seafloor.
At the beginning, when I started the company, North Pacific Kelp, I really wanted to pick one of the species that was the most prolific, that could actually be harvested to a sustainable way, responsibly. And I found out giant kelp was the one. And why? Because it's the fastest growing food source or bio source in the planet. It could grow 20 to 30 centimeters a day. And this is the blade, whole blade. And this is pneumatosis, the bulb, and the stipe. It really excites me is to see who is around. We're not very used to of the natural state of foods. We're used to of a very pretty looking, very specific colors and forms and shapes, but and we have to comply with that, otherwise our products are not going to be sold. And that's a little bit of a shame. I'm not very happy about that, but I have no choice. So my choice is to understand it, to respect it, and to make something beautiful and good and tasty for the people. So what I do, I cut it, and this part is gonna go to flakes. So when I flake it, that's all uneven, so people don't see the natural state of the kelp. And then I cut it from there to here, and that's a pretty good noodle, like a blade for lasagna. We need to stop wanting too much of what the planet is giving us. We cannot overharvest. We cannot farm in dimensions that are not really sustainable for our ecosystems. We cannot go back and try to industrialize now the ocean because we depleted the forest. It's not about volume, it's about concept. I can have this only 3 tons a year of my kelp, of my species, but I can span by concept and say, hey, I can do kelp soaps, and I use 1 gram of my blade, and that turns into a soap. Or I can do maybe powder and flakes and lasagna in the same blade. So I'm expanding. Kelp lasagna. That was the start of this long journey of 15 years. We're gonna blanch those beautiful blades, and then after that we're going to layer into this pan. We're gonna put some wild chanterelles and tomato and cheese. It's salty, but it's not overwhelming, so it's quite light and very, very tasty. So the mucilage, the protein of the cashew cheese or whatever cheese you're using, the tomato, all these ingredients make this incredible piece of lasagna that you're gonna enjoy so much. I love the farmers market. That connection is, for me, it's so important. When I'm at the farmers market here at home or in Vancouver, it's interesting because I create different products. I create powder, flakes, mini flakes, blades, the lasagna, and they're asking me, what did I do with this? It's like, well, first just look at it as sea vegetable. Try to shift your perception of it. And then after that, you can do anything.